Hey, creative friends, welcome or welcome back. I'm Sierra. Today, we'll be continuing this page from my coloring pack Between Stars available on my website. Last week, I had printed it out on kraft paper and started coloring with Prismacolor pencils. Today, we will complete the rest of this page. And while we are coloring, I want to share with you this fun series of 10 questions that I call the coloring time machine. It can be a tag if you would like to also answer them, either to share publicly or just to write down on your own personal journal. Let's take a journey through our coloring story from the beginning till now, one question at a time. And we have 10 fun questions to go through. So the coloring time machine tag begins. By the way, I will list all of the questions in the caption as well. The first question: what was the coloring book that got you into the adult coloring world? For me, it wasn't a book, but it was Kirby Roseanne's illustrations that got me wanting to try coloring myself. When I look at his illustration, I just love to be able to add more color into that. Even his storytelling through his work already amazing, but I want to add on to it with colors. So that was really excite me when I see his works pretty much everywhere in the bookstore. And I didn't own any of his book back then yet, but it really sparked me the idea of like, oh, I could really enjoy adult coloring if I ever gonna get into that. And not long after that was COVID time, and I started to publish my first book, the Yoga Girl Coloring Book, during COVID. I published it just online on my website as a digital pack. And I print out the illustration at home and just coloring in at home myself. But for some reason, it didn't sustain me until many years later, my partner bought me my first and only one Kirby book. Is a 10-year celebration, actually. And I color in a page that originally from Mythic World. And I'm loving it so much. If I had more time to color in many more of other illustrators' work, I would love to. But for now, I can only do this on my only one Kirby's book. Well, it's a long answer, but fun to look back and reflect on the journey. Question number 2. What was your first coloring supply? As I mentioned, I started to coloring or had a bit of a glimpse of coloring during COVID, during lockdown. I only used my old color pencil set from high school, so it's very, very old, and it's oil-based. I don't even remember the brand name. It's a Germany brand, but not for professional. So it's really hard to use. It's not very vibrant. It's not expensive neither. And I don't use them anymore. I think I gave them away to a friend's kid. Question number 3. How did you first find online coloring communities when you started? I think I started looking at Instagram firstly because I'm on Instagram. But I can only find that much. And I can only find some individual accounts, and I didn't realize the tag and the challenge and all of that at all. So I didn't really know much about it. Facebook groups, it probably more like a proper community that I found online, actually. I joined a few Facebook groups and I'm still with them until now. I'm loving them and the one that I'm really engaged with are quite a small groups of less than 1,000 members. Some group are even less than 200 members, and it's really intimate. I feel like I know everyone pretty well through their style of coloring. I was on Reddit for a very short time when I started to publish more books, like a month, and then I deleted my account and deleted the app for good as well, because people on there often don't have their name or identity. Not many people actually share the book title or illustrator name at all. It's probably a good place to ask questions or post anonymously, but it has to feel any meaningful connections. And I find YouTube community a bit later, only in the second half of 2025. And I love YouTube as well. So I think the three places for me for online coloring communities are Facebook groups, Instagram, and YouTube. Question number 4. What are the unexpected benefits you've gained from coloring? Well, I always know on theory that coloring meant to be relaxing. And I tried a little bit of that during COVID. However, I think due to my art tool, the old pencil set that I got, it wasn't very pleasant, I have to say. It's relaxing, but it wasn't satisfying when the whole page doesn't matter how hard I press, it's just very pale, and it's hard to get satisfaction when every stroke felt a little bit like a hard work. And I wasn't aware of alcohol markers. I don't know if alcohol markers existed then yet at all, actually. So on theory, I know that it's relaxing. And I felt relaxed at some point, but it wasn't satisfying. But when I started to color a lot more these days, I noticed how much coloring calmed my nervous system. It's really reduced my anxiety. If there any due to any circumstances, that every now and then I'll maybe feel anxious about something, often when my hormone is playing up. And for the track record, I have a bit of anxiety going in, maybe like getting a bit older as well. And I think my mom had anxiety all her life too. So I have a little bit of that, and I noticed that more. So I can really say that it reduced my anxiety big time. And another thing is, another unexpected benefit from coloring is the fun and supportive community online. For my work, I'm very much by myself all the time. I don't work for anyone or with anyone for a while now with my work. So to be able to have a community, some sort of community online is a blessing. So these are the really two benefits. I didn't going into this expecting this at all. I know that coloring can be very relaxing at the beginning in theory. But seeing how noticeable how low my nervous system feel when I cover and being able to unwind and de-stress with coloring, it's magical. Question number 5. Who has inspired your creative or coloring journey the most, and what have you learned from them? It's hard to pinpoint to one single artist or creator because I feel like I'm inspired by many creators online. Many people are so talented and creative, and the fact that we can share our stuff all around, and I get to be more exposed to all of the creativity out there is amazing this day. But if I have to pick one, I will pick one on top of my head. It's Kirby Rosan's for me. for sure. Hope that I announce his name correctly. Anyway, I love his line illustration. His works inspired me deeply, and it inspired me to create fantasy coloring books with intricate details and beautiful storytelling. So I'm really always investing my time and energy in storytelling through all of my illustrations. And that is the inspiration from Kirby's works. Question number 6. What do you listen to while coloring? Does it change over time? Well, I listen to all sorts of things, especially these days. When I first started coloring, and I'm talking about when I first started coloring regularly, only over almost 2 years ago, I watch a lot of tutorials, videos when I'm coloring just to see different techniques and to learn myself and to get inspired with a certain palette or whatever it is. Then I did this for a long time. Then at some point I was YouTube fatigue for a few months. And around this time I started to stop watching tutorials video. I can't listen to anyone that yapping in my ears. I think I just overloaded around this time. Even I love, color along video tutorial and like color and chat video. I love those so much and I still do these days. But for some reason around this time I could not. So I listened to a lot more music around this time. I created many different playlists to listen to on different days. And I think recently I play TV shows as background noise, to listen and watch sometimes. If it's an Asian dramas, kind of like soap opera shows with 30 to 40 episodes, so they're very, very long, or many seasons. I usually listen to Vietnamese dub version of them, so I still get the story if not watching, and I don't have to always watching to read the subtitle. It's impossible. And these shows usually very slow pace and easy to follow, so it requires less attention, perfect for playing in the background. And I love storytelling. So that's what I like to do these days a lot. I like shows that aren't too dramatic as well, something with a bit of comedy and romance. And of course, these I just rotate all of this. Sometimes I listen to a color along. Sometimes I listen to some YouTube chat video or sharing a certain insight about a certain thing around art or podcast and music as well. Question number 7. Is there any time in your coloring journey when you doesn't feel like doing it anymore? I think I'm still in my honeymoon phase, so I don't have that. There are days when I don't feel like doing anything, including coloring. But usually when I pick up my markers, I always certainly feel a lot better. There are also days when my fingers are sore or really tired from sketching and illustrating all day. It's my full-time job, so I can't color with color pencil, unfortunately. I have to let them rest, especially if I've already worked for like 8-9 hours that day. And if I do any coloring, it will have to be with alcohol markers, not color pencil, because they are a lot softer and I don't have to grab onto them so like tightly when I'm coloring. I felt them a bit less physical. So that's me. I just have to let my fingers and my hand and my wrist rest. Even sometimes I really want to do more coloring, but I can't. So I have the opposite problem for now. Okay, we are going to question number 8. Have you ever changed your mind on a coloring book or an art tool? Well, I don't really have a lot to say about coloring book because other than my own books that I created, I only ever color in Kirby's book. So I don't really have much to say on there. About art tool, I used to not like oil-based color pencil, like polychromos pencil, because I have that experience with my old pencil set that I had in high school. It's oil-based. It's really hard. It's not vibrant. It's not soft. It's not like butter at all, like Prismacolor. But when I got to try polychromos pencil, my partner actually bought me a set as my birthday gift. My partner Dean, my fiance, actually, he proposed earlier in the year. He's always got me amazing stuff. And after using them and understand how they work, how to layer and just be more patient with them, I'm totally head over heel because they don't break that often as Prismacolor. And they also get amazing result and they are beautiful too, just work differently. They take more time. And I can't really do technique like burnishing like Prismacolor pencil. So the way of using them is totally different. But yeah, I changed my mind on oil-based color pencil like polychromos, and I'll be willing to try different oil-based pencil brand if possible in the future as well. I use Ohuhu pencil set. They are alright. They are in between. They say they are oil-based, but they sometimes feel like wax-based because they're a bit softer and they also break. They can break, not as often as Prismacolor, but they do too. So we're almost there. We're going to number 9. Is there any technique or coloring trend that you don't want to try? Well, I don't really know a lot of trend and what define trend. I can see that many people would say the bold and easy is trend. I'm not sure if they are trend. They've been going on for a while now, and I don't see that they're gonna go out of trend. So I'm not sure what define trend or not. I think I don't want to try anything that isn't excite me. I definitely won't. And recently, I'm occupied enough with alcohol markers and color pencils. I'm also, it is really something that I feel like a huge conflict in me of like, I try to, sometimes I like to try new thing and different thing. But at the same time, I feel like my art is quite clean. Like I don't like to get messy. I don't like to get my hand dirty. I don't like painting with my hand and my finger. I don't like that. I think that's why I'm so comfortable with digital art because I don't have to have so many stuff. And honestly, I'm a messy person in many other way, but I have a certain kind of way of doing art that I like to do and some other that I don't really like to. I try. I try painting acrylic paint for even years. I never really into it. I tried watercolor and I have to learn watercolor during my uni time with my architecture degree. I never really like it that much neither. I can get into it and feel relaxed doing it even. But it's really not something that maybe I don't like to clean up afterward. I think that is the thing. I don't like to clean up afterward and I don't like to create a whole mess because I don't like cleaning. So I think that's more of the reason. Anyway, back to the question. Alcohol markers and color pencil excite me all the time. So I'm always gonna try a new brand, try a new technique with them. But I don't want to go out of my way to say, try other wet mediums where potentially it can be a lot more to clean up afterward. So that would be my thing. And also my studio is small too. So that is another reason for me to, I don't want to have too many things that I have to tidy up all the time and, all of that. And I'm also content with detail and intricate illustrations at the moment. So the chance that I color bold, easy, and cute books are very, very low. I would say that I like some of the illustration that I saw out there from the bold and easy and cute books. Some are amazingly cute, and there's some storytelling too if there's enough detail in there. There are some other bold and easy that I feel absolutely no storytelling whatsoever. It's so simple, too simple. But there are some out there that amazingly beautiful. So I would if I had more time. But as I mentioned that I feel like I'm always time poor. I'm always trying to do so much already. And that is something that I'm trying to improve on myself. Just try to be a bit more relaxed, not having to cram so many things into my day, into my schedule. So the chance that I'm gonna try these bold, easy, cute books are pretty much zero for now. But maybe in the future. Maybe. I doubt it though. What do you think? So this is question number 10, the final one. What do you think about coloring community in 3 words? Okay. 3 words: creative, supportive, and fun. And I would like to explain a little bit further about my own experience on coloring community as well. Super, super creative, absolutely. Like when I was explaining what I'm doing about creating coloring book to some of the people that curious about it, and some of them are painter, so they're more like abstract painter, and they are super creative people as well. However, because they're not into coloring, so they think that coloring is not creative. It's just because they never try it. They don't understand how we can be so creative when coloring in an already line work that's created by someone else. And when I saw what other people create out there, it's just amazing. It always blow my mind away. I would call any colorist artist because it's art. And when you do art, almost every single day, you're artist. So that's what I think. And doesn't matter if you're gonna make money out of it or not. That's what I truly think. And supportive, I can only see support from anybody, and I love to give that to every colorist artist out there as well. Doesn't matter if you are beginning in the journey or not. It's not about that. It's not about how advanced you are at all. I just love seeing more art. And it's fun. Honestly, I just felt so much fun watching just chatty video from the community, from the coloring creators in the community out there. Some of my favorite channels are Joe's from Picky Pens, Holly from Holly Berry's Color, and many, many more. And Joe especially is so fun to watch. Sometimes I laugh out loud when I was watching her video. And And I do that quite often, even sometimes when I just let the algorithm just, switch to, just to give me a new coloring chatty video from a random channel that maybe I didn't even look up to see what channel, and I can't really remember, but it's just really fun to hear about the experience and when what they're sharing when they're coloring. So I'm gonna be continuing watching and learning from everybody out there in the community. If I don't have too much of YouTube fatigue, every now and then, sometimes I have to stop because if I'm just plugging thing in my ear all the time, listening to all sort of thing, I felt tired. Like my brain just stopped. That's why I need to change to listening to music, or some other time probably not listening to anything. So that is the 10 questions of the coloring time machine tech. So yeah, the questions are in the caption, and feel free to answering them either publicly or to just write in your journal. Something fun to reflect on our coloring journey. And we are also coming to an end with this coloring page too. I'm going to just adding a little bit more shadow onto the color. And I want to also add more highlights into the stars and the wings as well. If you want to color this page, it's on my website, as I mentioned, that you can download and print out on your own choice of paper. The Between Stars coloring pack is part of my new upcoming book. So this is a little bit of sharing on my plan in the next few months. I'm working on this book named Worlds Between Stars, with the theme of like flying airship and worlds, fantasy worlds between the stars, between the clouds, in the universe, all of that. And this book is scheduled to be published in August. So hopefully I'll be on schedule, but I'm working really, really hard on them. And some of the illustrations in this pack, Between Star pack, are in the book. So you will have a glimpse of what in the book. And again, thank you so much for joining me in this color along and the coloring time machine tech today. I hope you are having a wonderful week with your art, with your coloring, and I'll see you in the next video.